All right, you may have seen our reports over the years on how the Out of the Garden project has gone from the idea of a family in Greensboro to help a few kids in one of the schools have something to eat over the weekend to now having provided more than 20 million meals around the entire triad.
Certainly one of our great local charities, and one of the reasons it's been so successful is that private nonprofit organizations have a lot more flexibility than governments do. And in this evening's Buckley Report, you'll see something Out of the Garden has decided to do that it's never done before.
Hello, how are you? How's everybody? Good. Getting ready for school?
At one of the Out of the Garden project's mobile markets,
Let me
Akir Khan
start with 2 bags of meat.
had an epiphany.
We need your help.
It's that simple.
Hi, there are 2 families. Is pork okay?
Going on 15 years of doing this, Out of the Garden is the largest non-governmental supplier of food to hungry families in Guilford County.
All right, thank you.
As Americans, I don't know how we sleep at night. I don't know how we sleep at night when there are cars wrapped around the church, wrapped around the synagogue, wrapped around the mosque, distributing food out, and we're running out of food.
Over just an 18-day stretch recently, Out of the Garden distributed more than 90,000 pounds of fresh food
Awesome job, everybody.
to feed more than 6,000 people.
It's incredible, isn't it?
It's almost unbelievable.
I know. I don't think I'd believe it either unless I went to a mobile market or I've seen it. But then I'd see the mobile markets and I saw how well we were able to give the food to people, and that changed my whole life.
For the first time, they're asking for help through a back-to-school GoFundMe campaign.
Deli lady. Chop, chop.
They have faith the community will support the GoFundMe because they see what they do as less about just
Awesome, everybody.
providing food
One family.
and more about building community.
Food is a vehicle that bonds people together, right? When you're part of Out of the Garden project, you have this opportunity to connect with something so primal, so natural, so unifying as hunger. I think that creates that sense of community.
This is the main warehouse?
Yep, our main warehouse here for Out of the Garden.
Akir got involved when he witnessed an element of his hometown he'd never quite experienced before.
The Muslim community sponsored a mobile market this summer, and we sponsored it at one of our local mosques on 16th Street on the east side of Greensboro. And when I saw the demand, and I saw 300 to 400 Americans waiting in line for food, it blew my mind. Because I felt that the America that I grew up in Greensboro was disappearing quickly.
That was just about the time the company Akir was working for, Jedit, went into crisis.
When you left your last job,
That's right.
you had to make a lot of phone calls
I did.
that were not easy.
Very difficult. Probably the toughest thing I had to do in my life.
Basically telling people, I don't know where your next meal is going to come from.
About 180 of them, to be exact. When you have to make those phone calls to Americans and let them know that I'm sorry, you're not going to be able to get a paycheck and we have to furlough you due to safety issues, it makes you think, well, what is that single mom or single dad going to do?
What they'll do
Thank you, you too.
is come to Out of the Garden, which is doing what it can to fill a trunk
One family.
and nourish a community.
All right, here you go.
Bob Buckley,
All right. Bye, y'all.
Fox 8 News.
You're welcome.
Having the cash from the GoFundMe account helps Out of the Garden fill in the gaps in what it can provide during months when food donations skew too much in one direction or another. It can buy the type of food it otherwise might not have that month. If you'd like to help, we've put a link to the GoFundMe page on our website. Just look for this story in the Buckley Report archive under the Spotlight tab. A long road